I will read out some message sent by a female devotee. She has asked me this question. Guruji, can you state something about love and relationship? It's a very tough question to reply. Because there is no definition for love. You can't say that this is love. And she wants me to talk love in relation to relationship. That is another very big thing these days. Love is very vast. It is something like a very huge pond. In a huge pond, you can find somebody taking bath, and on the other side, some cattle drinking water. On the other side, kids playing in water. You can see a washerman washing his clothes. So many things are happening. Love is something like this. Love has no boundaries. Love has no set of rules. In love and war, there are no rules. When you love a person, you just love a person for whatever he is or she is. It means you have accepted the person totally. Whatever he does or whatever she does is agreeable to you. You don't feel otherwise. It is as good as you are doing. So there is no limitation in love. Love is very vast. It's very vast. A mother's love towards the son or the daughter, the dad's love towards his kids, the master's love towards the disciples, two lovers indulging in love, love towards elders, love towards the cosmos, love towards the universe, love towards the world, love towards the environment, love towards one's own work, love towards God, love towards religion. So there are different varieties, but ultimately love has no limitation. If there is a limitation, then it is not love. If you draw a line and say that there cannot be anything beyond this, then it is not love. And love is without reasoning. If there is a reason behind love, it is not love. You should love without a reason. You should love someone because you just love. That's all. If you say she is very beautiful, so I love. If you say he is very handsome, so I am loving him. If you say she is well employed or he is well employed, so I love. All these things are not love because you have a reason for love. Once the reasoning drops, the love will also drop. Where there is no reason, love will never drop. Love should be without reason. There must be no reason. Absolutely. And it is total acceptance of the other person for what he is or she is. Then it is love. I know one case in which the girl and the boy were loving a lot. When it came to marriage, the boy said, I have to ask my father about it. Then I asked him, why you are not married? No, I don't want to commit on marriage, Guruji, because I have to ask my dad. You did not inform your dad before falling in love. You didn't take a no objection certificate from him. You didn't do it. You very genuinely fell in love. You liked her for what she is. You are both hearts merged with each other. You are totally convinced about her. You took her into the fold. And now when it came to marriage, you say that you want the dad's permission. Nowadays kids, I don't know. Sometimes, at times they are very emotional and they commit to certain things. But when it comes to a real situation where the love blossoms into a commitment called marriage, the relationship blossoms into a commitment called marriage, they immediately are a little bit reluctant. They fear. Love and fear are opposites. Love and hatred is not opposite. Fear is opposite. If you fear, you cannot love. You must be very courageous to love. And love alone matters. Nothing else matters. If you are committed in a relationship, you cannot have any ifs and buts. Once you are committed to a relationship, and that has to fructify in the form of marriage, then there should not be anything else other than just marrying. Absolutely, marrying or not marrying is your choice. To live in relationship is your choice. Nowadays, live-in relationships are very common. Very common. People live in together for many number of years. Abroad, they have even kids. And then they go in for marriage. The kids also attend the marriage. Of course, in India, we are very conservative. And still, though live-in relationships are there, still it has not got to the extent of having kids and then marry. Probably that will also come over a period of time. Once you are in relationship, a commitment comes. If you are very scared or if you are not courageous, you should not love at all. You should not come into that. Whatever the parents say, you have to listen. But if you need a person of your choice, and if you want to live with her or him, and you have started loving the person, or you are in a relationship for a considerable period of time, it has to fructify at some point of time in something called marriage. And that has to happen at all costs, whether the parents agree or not. You have a right of life. You have to live your life under your terms. To live under your terms, you need to be courageous. A person who is coward, a person who is not courageous, will not commit. Such a person, love is very false. Love is not truth. That bondage of affection, that bondage of fraternity, and that bondage, that much of bondage is there. It's your life. Nobody can have a right over your life. Even the parents cannot have. Incidentally, the Lord chose A and B as parents, and C was born to them. He had to choose. He chose some A and B for C to be born. That's all, nothing more. They were committed in upbringing. Yes, that's a big service they are doing. After all, the forefathers are once again born. But the child has got a right to do what they want and the right to live life on its own terms. That is the individuality which you should never lose. One needs to be very strong in that individual commitment to be successful in a relationship. For love to fructify into a relationship and a relationship to fructify into a commitment called marriage is something very divine. So, living life on one's own terms is very, very important. Nobody can have a say. Absolutely. Love is not slavery, love is not drudgery. Love is a sort of freedom. You go and ask freedom with somebody, by default you won't get it. In fact, you have to snatch freedom. Cheen lena. By default, if you go and ask somebody for freedom, you will get only slavery in return. You will be enslaved. Sometimes people will use their emotions to enslave you. Be very careful. That is all a drama. Absolute drama. It is self-pity on part of the elders. They play a drama. If a very matured elder is there, he will know the quality of love. And he will gracefully accept the relationship the children are entering into. That is the gracious quality of a parent. A very responsible parent will encourage. The responsible parent will stand by his son or daughter. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that you have to succumb. Love is so beautiful. Love is only for very courageous people, not for the mean-minded, not for the weak-minded. Sometimes I always see kids fear in love for their parents. They feel that they may do something because the parents will threaten sometimes. We will do this, we will do that. We will get out of the house, or we will do something to ourselves. The kids start feeling fear that in case the love fructifies into a marriage, then something may happen and the world may blame them for it. If you are feeling guilty about such things, love is not for you. Then everybody is responsible for their life. Your life, you are responsible, and you have to take charge of your life. Succumbing to the elders and sacrificing the love is basically a sin you are committing to yourself. That is the first sin, first and foremost sin. There you will feel more guilty about it. Parents have already lived their life, please remember. They have lived their life on their own terms. They have lived their life the way they wanted. They have lived their life enjoying everything. They have completed all their life on their own terms. When it comes to their kids, they don't allow to live them on their terms. Please remember this. That's not fair. It's a very unfair practice if a parent prohibits the kids who are in love or in relationship. They don't come forward to perform the marriage. Then probably yes, the kids have to be courageous enough to walk on their own terms in their relationship at the right point of time. That's what happens in good relationship. If there is a true commitment in love, if there is a true commitment among the partners, if that commitment has to fructify into marriage, if you want to go ahead in your life, that has to be honored in the first degree. And nothing should be allowed to interfere. Nobody should interfere in the decision that is being taken between two lovers. No one has the right to interfere. None has got the right, because it is their life and they have got a right to live their life on their terms. That is what is very important in a relationship. That is what is very important. Once you are convinced, the partners, that this is the match we would like to go ahead, at some point of time in that relationship, the commitment of marriage comes. Then they are committed to each other throughout life. You have a responsibility towards your life. That is the first thing. And you cannot forego that responsibility. And that responsibility is living life on your terms. Yes. No one can interfere with that. At best, people can help you in that process. If somebody is going to be a hindrance, probably the partners have to really think about it and keep away from such hindrances and not allow such hindrances, not allow any party to interfere in the relationship. The decision is yours. That is where the beauty of relationship comes. The relationship has to fructify at some point of time into a commitment called marriage. Maybe. Yes, sometimes they keep living, nowadays kids also, very funny. Love is just accepting the other person for what he is or what she is. Two hearts talk and the heart has accepted. But going on experimenting for a very long undue period of time, you lose the charm. People keep talking. The partners keep on talking. There is no logical end to that talking. They talk for years. They talk for months. If everything is going to be spoken before marriage, then what will you have after marriage? After marriage, both of you will be busy with your own computers or mobiles. There will be nothing to talk. So keep something to talk for after marriage also. You cannot decipher a person by talking. Still there will be some hidden areas in both the partners which has to be explored and found out. Sometimes they will live for many years. After getting married also, still you will not understand. Understanding is not the point in love. There is no necessity to understand. Love without reasoning or understanding is the highest form of love. You don't keep on prolonging the relationship or love. Somewhere take a decision. Somewhere take a call. Somewhere decide to move on. Any obstacles in the way, in any form, don't allow it to creep in. No. Both convinced, just carry on. You don't need the approval of anybody else. Those who support remain, those who do not support do not remain. That's all. It's very simple. Because you have to live life on your terms. On your terms is not just merely selecting the partner. On your life, on your terms means in your life the relationship needs to be fructified at correct point of time. And on your terms means no interference from anybody about the decision what you take. The decision what you take is yours. Absolutely. Take the decision, own responsibility thereof. Don't allow anybody else to take decisions for you. Don't allow anyone to take decisions for you. Take decision. Yes, take a honest decision. If you take a honest decision, it will be a right decision in the long run. If a decision is dishonest, it will be a wrong decision in the long run. So take a honest decision and move on in life. Have a time frame. Have a time limit. Go up to that time. That's how the relationship should be in case of love. The girl asked the boy, how long we will be roaming in the bicycle? For how long? We will be roaming like this. It's almost more than 5 years since you love me and I love you. How long are we going to roam like this? The boy smiled and said, as long as you get married to someone else and I get married to someone else. This is not relationship. This is farce. Nowadays kids really don't know about love. That's what I will say. Either they meaninglessly keep on going in relationship, or they keep on asking questions to find out whether she is compatible, he is compatible. How is it possible? Life is so vast. How many questions can be asked? How many can be understood? And love is something without reasoning. And you are trying to reason out love, reason out life, reason out relationship. Yeah, love has got a risk element. That's why I said love is for courageous, not for cowards. Coward should not attempt any love at all. Any love. After meditation, Gautam Buddha told all his disciples, now meditation is over, go inside the village and distribute the love to all of them and come back. Through meditation, they gained so much of energy, and that energy was overflowing in them. So he asked the disciples to go into the village, distribute love and come back. Love is something so beautiful. So be committed in your relationship. Love totally, love without reasoning. And please remember, it should be your call. For life is yours. And you have a right to decide. None has a right to interfere in your life. Take hold of that and decide in a relationship within a reasonable period of time. Don't keep on procrastinating, and keeping on doubting is no point. Somewhere the mutual trust has to be there. In love, that mutual trust is very important. That can happen in one day. That may not happen even after 10 years. Something the heart will say, yes, this is the person with whom I have to spend the rest of my life. That's all. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. So when the heart says that this is the person and you are committed to a relationship, have a logical time frame and let it consummate into a marriage. That's what we do in the East. Let it be so. Enjoy life. Live life on your terms. God bless you all. See you some other day. Thank you.